Normally I would have my clothes and my camera gear and Gunther's bag in the front seat, but I'm making a stop in the city on the way, so I don't want anything that might even look like it's valuable being visible. At least in the back, the windows are tinted, and I have not cleaned or even fully unloaded the 4Runner since my last trip in December, and which was very muddy and wet, and it shows. I did give a little bit of a wipe down, but yeah, it really needs a good vacuum and whatever. I think this stuff would probably fit in the roof box, but again, people are terrible, so I'm not going to put anything in the roof box. Maybe on the way home. All right, it is April 2nd. It has been, 4 months since we camped, I believe. So, of course, I made the agenda super ambitious. I'm going to a different state. I'm making a bunch of stops. I'm trying a bunch of equipment I've never tried before because I enjoy a challenge, I guess. Other than the banging, it's very peaceful. It is an industrial park outside of this.
So our Momokawa line named in honor of our founders. This is our silver. It's called Tokubetsu Junmai.
Okay.
Tokubetsu translates to special. There's just something unique about this, and in this case, it's a combination of yeast that they use to get this really clean and crisp and dry.
Okay. Okay, so this one is Yokocho, and this is warm. So I told her I wanted to pick up a warm one. Well, I told her I wanted to get one that could be served warm to bring to camp tonight, and so far this is really delicious. They have food here, but I don't really want to commit to a charcuterie plate or hummus because I'm getting lunch next. So I'm breaking into my beer snacks. I was gonna have this at camp with my step 2, but I'm hungry. I had a protein bar at 7 a.m. It's like noon. So I got some nori rice cracker snacks at a grocery outlet. I don't know if you like them, but you could try. I'm not sure. You want to give it a try? And just like that, we're in downtown Portland. Let's go. Andiamo. This way. All right, so I left Gunther in the Forerunner for the last excursion. I just put him on the cot and he just takes a nap because I went to get food at a Musubi onigiri place, but they also make taiyaki. I think that's what this is, a little fish waffle. And it is hot and crispy. So we're gonna have this part now. I still have 45 minutes on the meter, so we'll have a little picnic here on 23rd Ave. And you could get hazelnut, like Nutella stuffing, red bean, or cheese. So I got cheese. I wasn't sure it was what I was expecting, if it was gonna be like mozzarella or cheddar cheese, but it's actually a really good cheddar. I wonder if it's Tillamook. Oh wait, matcha gets all the airtime, but hojicha is where it's at. And I had another stop planned, but you know, it's almost 2:30 and that's check-in time and I still have 30 minutes to drive. So I think I'm gonna skip the next thing and just head to camp. The next stop was going to be Clark College in Vancouver because they have a cherry blossom grove. Thought it'd be a nice place to have a little picnic lunch, but yeah, it's probably a good thing I'm skipping that. You may recall my first, come on bud, my first camping trip out here. I booked it because I was going to join my friends and they ended up canceling because of the rain. So I booked this site, my first camping trip of the season, to join my friends who were going to camp here, and they canceled. But I'm not going to drag them too hard because they were going to stay in the one pet-friendly cabin here, and they canceled all of the nights except for tonight, and they transferred the reservation to me. And that cabin is right here. It's right next door. Let's see if we can get in. All right. Yes, indeed. Come on, bud. It's pet-friendly. I've been wanting to check out the pet-friendly accommodations. They have cabins and yurts and stuff. This is the cabin. And let's see what we got. We have electricity. We got lights. There's a little heater right here. What do you think, bud? You want to sleep here tonight? All right, now let me turn this thing on. Like that. Oh yeah. What do you think, pal? right, a little after 4. So finally time for lunch slash step 2. You may have noticed a theme. And so I was gonna get just some Sapporo or something for this trip, but came across this. It tastes like basic lager at the beginning, but as you sip it, you do get floral flavors, subtle, not perfumey. Very nice. Kanpai. Oh yeah. I got this onigiri. Let's see, I know there's a trick to opening these. Pull down, okay. Ah, yeah. It's taking all the seaweed off. Do you have to put it on yourself? I'm not sure what I expected, but it just tastes like salmon salad, like tuna salad, but salmon. There's a little bit of teriyaki in here. I'll save you some. Come on. Let's check out our site. Oh, if the weather were better, this would be an amazing spot for a hammock. I need to start bringing my hammock no matter what. Can we bring your cot over here? Just grab it. Now you may remember this thing, which I've used several times on my cheapo little table. Supposedly it is meant for an IGT, but I have never used it on this one. It's gonna get too hot here. Too wide there, so it's gotta go here. Maybe I'll just use the lantern part. All right, so the alcohol stove always scares me a little bit. I didn't love having it right next to the charcoal, so I put it over here on the picnic table. All right, now I can see it's actually lit. So I ended up buying this sake, and she served it to me cold, but she said that it can be served warm or cold, so we're gonna give it a whirl. This is actually dessert. I did try and find Japanese sweet potato. No luck. All right, I put the little lid on and it is still ripping. I think this is actually a flower pot from Lowe's, a little flower pot, but it's so cute. It's a perfect little sake cup in my opinion. Kind of a large serving, so perfect. Let's just see. Oh, maybe, no, maybe just right. Kanpai. Just as effective. Way less stressful. These guys are meaty. Now, I did try and find true Japanese Wagyu, but none was available locally. And I've had it before a few times. Ames used to order it from, I can't remember the name of the company. But yeah, I didn't want to get a membership just to buy one steak. So I did find this, which I know is not the same thing. You can tell by looking at it. Usually the Japanese Wagyu is just absolutely full of fat. It's just like marbled really well, and to the point you can barely cook it or it will literally melt. So this has a little bit more structure to it, but should be super tender. And so I'm gonna treat it like Japanese Wagyu and see how it is. It is from a local cows, sustainably raised, all that good stuff. And I got this little plate at Daiso ages ago, and so I was like, why doesn't it have a handle? But I think I saw what you're supposed to do. And that is, everybody apparently has these little tongs. Ah, see, mine don't fit. Everybody else's little tongs fit right in these holes, and then they use that as their handle. I guess I could do it this way. I should have brought gloves. That would have been the move. Now I'm gonna have to wash my hands. It looks pretty good. It's a tenderloin. The end of a tenderloin. Ooh. And to finish it, this salt is from the Oregon coast. It's Jacobson's, I believe. Here. Just to drop it in there. Oh, don't worry, you're gonna get some. I'm not even mad that that's not actual Japanese Wagyu, because it's delicious. I think my sweet potato is like caramelizing on the inside. That was really good. Let's do another one. There we go. Maybe if I do a quick sear on both sides, it won't stick. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is tender. Let's take it a step further, shall we? There's been a thing going around the social media where people are stuffing them with cheese. So don't have to ask me twice. I'll stuff it with cheese. I think I know where that can go. Oh, all right. Let's check our cheesy tater. I think on the TikToks and stuff, they just take a cooked potato and cut a hole in the end and put it in there, but oh boy, it looks good and melty. I don't feel that this cheese adds anything to the sweet potato, but it is like a light cheese stick, so kind of plasticky. But maybe a quality cheese could be something. All right, we're in the cabin now. Got my jams on. I brought everything inside. I pretty much brought everything inside. The things I did not bring inside I just left on the porch because there is a chance of some early morning showers. So just in case. There are functioning overhead lights, but I find them a little aggressive. So I've got the lanterns in here, and then they have this one little lamp. Like I said, I got my camp chair, Gunther's cot, almost everything, I just dragged it in here. Gunther's already gone to sleep for the evening. Got her bed all set up. Apparently these pads in here, the mattresses are notoriously hard. So I did put my inflatable in there somewhere. There it is. Oh, I can't see, it's too dark. So I got my inflatable in here. I'm using this orange fleece as like a bottom blanket, Kelty blanket. And then that, this little IKEA blanket, which Gunther has bunched up. Don't really need it though, because that little heater is awesome. Anyway, pro tip, if you ever rent one of these places, bring a wall adapter for your USB devices. I usually have one in the Forerunner, and I took it out for who knows what. So that's why I keep a wall adapter in the Forerunner for just such occasions, except for now. So anyway, I brought the EcoFlow in here. It still has 97% left on it anyway, and only used 3%, just keeping the fridge cool because it's pretty cool out. Anyway, we're going to try and watch some TV shows.
I wanted to see a Japan that had nothing to do with Tokyo, anime, geishas, schoolgirls, giant reptiles, or Hello Kitty.
Shoot, I am getting an overload error, and I'm not sure why. So I think it's one of these power banks. Let's try. Phone, fine. Just the Claris power bank and see what happens. Fine. So I think it's these guys. These are the ones that came with the Aurora heating things. So something about these power banks. And I had the same thing happen. Well, I was trying to charge this guy on the drive up here with the Forerunner outlet, and the Forerunner USB port just like stopped working. So I hope it didn't fry it, which would suck. I suspect that it's pushing out energy instead of pulling in energy to charge. Maybe that's user error, I don't know. But if the USB port in the Forerunner is busted, I guess it's an opportunity to upgrade. Hi, bud. Good morning. It's gonna be nice today. Downside of that little touch button for filling is there's no way to turn it off. So if you're wiping the thing, it'll dispense water. So needs an off switch. Go on, get in your bed. No, you want to stay inside where it's warm. Okay. Stay in there. Okay. I got these pancakes. They are dorayaki, and this flavor dorayaki is red bean and with chestnuts. So these can be eaten cold, but apparently they're better heated. I've never had these before. I found them at Grocery Outlet. They are individually wrapped. So I'm gonna heat them in the pie iron, of course. This is the pie iron I use at home. I usually bring the Foldy camping, but this one is so nice and non-stick, and it's got a big surface area, and it's gonna be perfect for breakfast number 2. All right. Whoa. Settle down there. Now, these IGTs actually have gas grills that you can put in, gas burners. And I tried twice to order one from AliExpress because I really wanted a half unit. So 2 of these, it doesn't make any sense, but 2 of these put together is 1 unit. This is a 1 unit. And then a single panel is a half unit. And since my setup is relatively small, I really wanted a half unit gas burner. Most of them come as 1 unit. Because I wanted to be able to run the charcoal and gas at the same time. Like I said, I placed an order on AliExpress for a single burner. got a really good coupon. The vendor, you know, weeks went by and the vendor ultimately canceled the order. So I tried again. Same thing. Placed an order. I think they're supposed to ship within a week. Week came and went. Vendor canceled the order. Or actually this time AliExpress canceled the order because it took too long. So here we are. I'm using this for now. I think I'm still gonna try and get a half unit, but I don't know. I might get a single unit because I think the chances of me cooking with charcoal and gas at the same time are probably not as often as I would think. Yes, you're gonna get some. By the way, I had offered him breakfast many times and he did not want. So, still got a little bit yet. I will give you some. I think that everything in here is probably safe. Oh yeah, let's turn up the heat a little on this guy. Oh, that's better. I like that. I got another one on deck, ready to go. All right. Did I leave a utensil out here? Yes, I did. Oh, yeah. Interesting. Good roll. I don't exactly know how to describe the red bean filling. It doesn't have like a strong flavor of its own. It just tastes sugary, like brown sugar. I mean, I'm not mad about it. Okay, bud. Can't have too much sugar. By the way, these fleece pants, I got them at the Eddie Bauer outlet for like $10. They're probably 2 sizes too big, but I do not care. They are fantastic. They are so warm and soft. And sometimes I wear it with a fleece on top and I just feel like a giant teddy bear. You wanna go for a walk? Come on, let's go. He loves to be cozy. I don't blame him. Come on. It's okay. That is the kayak paddleboard rental station, and I don't know if they're not available because it's not season yet or because it's not 10 o'clock yet. But I think it's the first thing because it is only early April. There is a camp store down here. I don't know if, I think that might be it. Like a concession stand. Get food and things. And here's the lake. Yeah, you got it. Whoa. Yeah, let's take the high road. All right, we did it. We walked all the way around. Come on, get a drink, have some breakfast. Okay, it's getting close to noon, so let's cook our other meal. And for this one, I'm only gonna use half of the pie iron. And that's part of the reason I like these things, because not only do you have a pie iron, you have 2 fry pans. You know, you should do this with oil and wipe it, you know, put oil and then wipe it out, but I'm a lazy person. I am going to spread it into all the little corners. We are going to make some eggs, some rolled eggs. I think we want it pretty low. We're making tamagoyaki, so grilled egg, but rolled egg. And here I have 4 eggs, a little soy sauce, about half teaspoon of sugar, and maybe a half teaspoon of salt. All right, so the trick is to get a very thin layer. I should have leveled my table a little better. I'll just keep turning it around. It almost cooked, but not all the way. It's okay if this first layer is ugly, because it's going to be on the inside. Ugly on the inside. It's supposed to be pressing and rolling at the same time. The reason I thought about doing this is because a tamagoyaki pan is square, and I was like, you know what else is a square pan, right? Now we gotta do it again. Just little thin layers. Yeah, now we gotta roll it the other direction. Roll and press, and no air pockets. Oh yeah. Rinse, repeat. For a little heat. I learned to go easy on this stuff because it does not mess around. And this comes from somebody who likes spicy things. And then to drink, I've never had one of these, but one of my friends is a big fan. So the way I understand it, you're supposed to push down this marble. I do not have the hand strength for this, so it's starting to. Yeah, there it goes. Ooh. Yeah, the little marble is in the neck now. I got the melon flavor. Tastes like honeydew. So done correctly, you don't see space between your layers. So, you know, not a great job, but I'm sure it'll taste good. It may not be correct, but it certainly tastes good. I think maybe a straw is supposed to go in there. That'll work. Yep, that's the move. So I'm obviously not great at chopsticks, but I just keep practicing. Gunther's eggs. got everything put back and swept the floor. As they say, they leave a broom there. Swept the porch, closed all the windows I had cracked, opened up the blinds. So I think we're good. Close it up and leave it for the next people. You ready to hit the road? Bless his little heart. I just walked to the bathroom before I roll out, and he is sound asleep. I'm ready to roll out of here, I think. And yeah, that was fun. I liked having the cabin. That was nice. I probably would do it all the time, but it's a nice treat once in a while. The heat was awesome. You want to look out the window? Good news is that apparently just turning the ignition off and turning it on again fixed my USB charging cord. Bad news is there's a crash on the highway, so it's taking an extra hour to get home. Hi, bud. Can I take that stuff?